understand sarcasm too. You know, I was in an elevator with some folks from Turning Point, and they actually picked up on sarcasm. I mean, they don't get it in Washington. We had a Bureau of Land Management chief that was talking about all that they were doing at Bureau of Land Management to stop climate change. And in case you don't know, I'm on record as not only thinking there's something called climate change, but as I told the Democrats when they said not one Republican believes in climate change, I got up and said, I not only believe in it, I know it's a fact. And where I live in Texas, it happens 4 times a year. You know? It's true, it changes. I mean, so Bureau of Land Management chief, and she kept saying all they were doing to fix climate change. Well, I just heard from a good friend who was former director of NASA that actually the moon's orbit is slightly changing. Well, that makes a difference, doesn't it? And then he said, and the Earth's orbit is slightly changing. And so I brought that up, and because I wasn't smiling, but I was fed up with listening to what was being said, give me a break, I said, well, I found out that the Earth's orbit is slightly changing, so what are you and the Bureau of Land Management going to do to stop the orbit from changing? I was being sarcastic, okay? Y'all get that, right? Nobody got it. Nobody got it. It went nuts on the left-wing media because they don't understand sarcasm. But you get it. And so when I say there's all kinds of wonderful things happening in Washington right now, that would be sarcasm, right? Yeah. Well, the fact is, the truth is, we're in big trouble. And we need Arizona and Georgia and Pennsylvania and Michigan, Wisconsin. We need those critical swing states to follow the lead of Arizona in doing the investigation and not being deterred by what the media says about, oh no, actually it turns out Biden won with a bigger margin. No, that's not the message of Arizona, and it's not going to ultimately be the message of Georgia and Pennsylvania. And we do have to take a stand. It's got to be, and this is for the benefit of my friends in the NSA, it's got to be peaceful, okay? Whatever we do. Y'all got that at the NSA? It's got to be peaceful. But we cannot be intimidated by the injustice that they throw our way, just as they have done with people. Look, you know, I was a felony judge. I sent a lot of people to prison. I sentenced a couple of people to be put to death. And people who commit terrible crimes should be punished. But the Constitution is very clear. You do not punish people who are awaiting trial and are innocent till proven guilty. Around the country saying, look, I'm a conservative, but I saw what happened to those people that showed up on January 6th, had their doors knocked down, they didn't do anything, talking about people they knew. They were just peacefully there, and all of a sudden their door gets knocked down, they get dragged out, thrown to the ground. We have a Department of Justice that's out of control. It used to be that the Department of Justice, if you didn't commit a violent crime, they would call you or call your attorney and say, look, we'll let you report at 10 a.m. at such and such. And they don't do that if you're a Republican. If you're a conservative, they knock down your door, drag you out, embarrass you in front of everybody. That's all got to change. And there's only one way we can effectively change that, and that is if we stop the cheating in 2022 and the cheating in 2024, we take back Congress legally, peacefully, completely lawfully, and that means too, you may end up having to recruit people to vote that are legally, they're U.S. citizens. You may need to go out and recruit them. And of course, there is that segment that just never votes Democrat, Republican. They always vote Democrat. And we got to get some of those. You know what I'm talking about. The dead people. We have got to start getting some dead people. You can be Republican your whole life. You die, you start voting Democrat. And that's got to stop. We got to keep them in the Republican Party even after they're dead, okay? But the truth, we need everybody. Unless you're actually on the ballot, then you can't do it. But we need people that are watching at the polling places and have been through training so that if somebody says, like they did in Georgia, oh, there's a leak, everybody's got to go, you know, to say, I'm not leaving, and I am calling the lawyers. They're on hold waiting to hear from me, and we're going to get an injunction to keep you from saying and sending people out saying there's a leak, you got to leave. We're not leaving. And then we've got to have lawyers. You know, I remember hearing President Trump say, we got 700 to 800 lawyers out there ready to go. Well, he was lied to. There weren't 700 or 800 lawyers ready to go. But they will need to be in the next election, and that includes here in Arizona. It means everywhere. And maybe you know the people that run your own polling place, and that's great. But there are other places that are totally controlled by Democrats, and you will need to be there. And I see a good friend of mine, I saw Paul Gosar a moment ago, and I think the world of this person. This is an awesome, awesome person in Washington. And of course, I'm talking about Matt Gaetz' wife, Ginger. So anyway, I'm not going to take any more time. We got so many people that are you're just so committed to saving this country. And I'm grateful. I know we all are. But we cannot be cowed. We cannot be intimidated. We have got to stand peacefully but firmly for what's right. And if we do that, we will prevail. So thank you. God bless everybody.